Oh, yeah.
Well, let's get a check of our forecast. Oh, roads were a little tricky this morning, Gavin,
Yeah, they
and
sure were.
it was very cold. I pulled out my heavy coat.
Yeah, and I think you're going to need it for the next couple of days because we're just going to be entrenched in a cold pattern. Before I forecast for the time ahead, I want to go back and talk about Thanksgiving and what happened for this year's edition of Turkey Day. It was 32 degrees for the high, which actually was the coldest Thanksgiving day since 2018. And that inch of snow that fell at the airport, the snowiest since 2014. That was 11 Thanksgivings ago, and it is still snowy today. We got lake effect snow warnings that are currently posted out for Trumbull and Mercer counties. Those both expire 7 p.m. tonight, as that snow will start to diminish in length and strength as that high pressure moves across the area. Here's a look at our radar right now. Where the bands are, they were, and a lot of the places where it's been impacting, especially the Eastwood Mall up in Niles and points north, that's where they've been for the last couple of hours. So Trumbull and Mercer counties have both gotten walloped with snow in the tune with maybe half a foot, especially north of the airport. Low pressure, that is the culprit for what is going on, and that's dragging those winds down from the northwest, causing all of this lake effect. But high pressure currently cooped up to the south and west will move across our area and make things pretty nice come Saturday, and it'll stop those lake effect snow bands in their tracks. So let's time it all out as that low pressure moves and high pressure moves as well. Friday at 4 p.m. we're going to struggle to get above the freezing mark, but snow will still be around, but it'll start to diminish once we get into the later hours. Temperatures starting to fall into the mid-20s, and when temperatures fall, winds will also fall as well. Because that high pressure moving through, it's going to keep those winds stagnant. That air is not going to move as far. So when you wake up tomorrow, it is going to be cold, but you're not going to have that wind chill out there. It's going to feel pretty comfortable with the temperatures and the wind chills both in the low 20s. Currently, wind chills in Youngstown are in the teens right now. So when all is said and done, 32 degrees is your forecast for today. Those lake effect bands will start to subside as we go through the rest of the day. Ending off tonight, we could still see a little bit more activity towards the north. Maybe an inch or so is possible through the end of the day, but it'll still be very cold, 22 degrees, but not as cold because those winds are dying down. And here's a look at high pressure off to the east now, and this is the same time the Youngstown State football game is. It'll be a good day to go out, even though it will be a little bit chilly, not too much in terms of winds. Then we start to ramp up the weather come Sunday. There's a low pressure system, and you can see that warm front almost making it towards our areas, so we could have a little bit of slushy snow accumulation, quickly turning over to rain once we get to Sunday. And then in the afternoon, you could say hello to lake effect snow again. Won't be as impactful, but we'll still see lake effect in the usual snow belts for just a couple of hours until we have high pressure back west on Monday. But like I say, there's two sides to every story. This is high pressure at the surface. If you go up, you could see that little dip in the jet stream. That is a troughing pattern, and that is usually good for bad weather. So when you put those two things together, it's a pretty uncertain forecast for Monday. Here's two model depictions. The GFS, the American model, shows a good deal of snow come Tuesday, moving out by Wednesday. The European model, a little bit lighter, but still some snow in our area. So this is something that we are going to have to watch over the next couple days. The thing, though, it is going to be very cold the next couple days. 30s across the board. Friday, we will watch that lake effect subside. Sunday, some rain, some snow turning to rain. Then another system come Tuesday. Milena.